So let's begin our practice today. Just taking a moment just to get settled into these surroundings. Start to allow your body to soften and relax. And start to become aware of your breathing. Then take your awareness up to the crown of your head. And slowly scan down through your body. Becoming aware of how all the different parts of your body are feeling today. And then bring your awareness to the activities in your mind. Whatever kind of day you've had today, if that's been a really busy day and you've still got thoughts about that day buzzing round in your mind, if you possibly can now, let those thoughts go. And bring your focus back to your breathing. Following the breath as it comes in and goes out. And finally, take a moment to set your intention for today's practice. To remind yourself of your motivation for being here today. So let's start to bring some movement into the body now. So wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Circle your ankles. Circle your wrists. Stretch your fingers out wide and point your toes. And then clench your hands into a fist and pull your toes back up towards your shins. And relax your hands, relax your feet. Slowly turn your head from side to side. And then relax your neck. And allow your head to rest on the mat. Bring your arms up in front of your chest and point them up towards the sky. Bring your feet together, point your toes, and push them down to the bottom of the mat. And then take your arms to the ground above your head and stretch out. Raise your arms up, bring both feet up off the ground, take hold of your knees, hug them up towards your chest and bring your head and shoulders up off the mat. And then stretch out again with your hands to the top of the mat, your feet to the bottom. And raise your arms up again, bring your knees up, hug them up and lift your head and shoulders up. Let your head and shoulders come down to the mat. Let the soles of the feet come down to the ground, knees and ankles together. And extend your arms out to the sides. And take an inhale here. And as you exhale, lower your knees over towards the left. Inhale back to the center. And exhale over to the right. Inhale back to the center. Bring your feet up off the ground again. Bend your knees. Hug your knees up towards your chest. And then extend your feet up towards the sky, pointing the toes, straightening your legs as much as you can. And gently pull back. Ease the tension off, relax your ankles. Allow your knees to bend. Bring the soles of the feet down to the ground. Turn on to your side and come up to seated. Hands to the sides of your hips. We'll take an inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, raise up. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, raise up once more. And as you exhale, lower down to shoulder height. Palms facing forward. Bend your arms at the elbows. You're going to lower the left elbow down towards your knee and raise the right elbow up. If you can, follow in your right hand with the gaze. And come back to the center. Lower your right elbow down. Raise the left elbow up. And come back up to the center. Pull back across your chest and lift your chin. Then extend your arms out to the sides. Lower down behind your back. Interlace your fingers. And push your hands away from the bottom of your back. Squeezing your shoulder blades in. Bringing your chest forward and lifting your chin. And let your hands come down to the bottom of your back. Let go of your fingers. Raise your arms up. Bring the palms together. And push your fingers up towards the sky. And lower them down to chest height. Push your fingers away from you. Arch your back, round your shoulders and bring your chin in. And then raise your arms up. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lower your arms down to the sides. And when you're ready, if you turn over to your side and come on to your hands and knees. Bring your toes together. Take your knees out to the edges of the mat. And sit back onto your heels. Let your chest and your shoulders sink down. And bring your chest forward. Nice and gently. Let your hips sink. And then sit back onto your heels again. Bring your chest forward. Walk your hands in so they're underneath your shoulders. Bring your knees together, keeping your ankles together. Lean your hips over to the left. And back to the centre. And over to the right. And back to the centre again. Take your knees and your ankles back to hip width apart. Raise the right leg out behind you, point your toes. Straighten the leg as much as you can. And then start to bring the knee forward. Bring it up towards your right elbow. And straighten back out again. Keeping that right leg as straight as you can. Bring it round to the side. Bringing it as far forward as you can. Just touch the toe on the ground and bring it back. And take the foot over the top of your left thigh and touch down on the left side. And bring it back. And bend your knee and push your toes up. And then lower the right knee down. Take your left leg out behind, point the toes. And then bring your knee forward, bring it up towards the left elbow. And then straighten back out again. Again, keeping the leg as straight as you can, bring it round to the side, as far forward as you can. Just touch the toe down, then bring it back. And over to the right. Touch the toe down. Back to the centre. Bend the knee and push the toes up. And then lower the knee back down again. Sit back onto your heels and stretch out in front. And bring your chest forward. Sink your hips down. Come into cobra. And then take your weight back onto your heels again. Bring your weight forward. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Come up to kneeling at the back of the mat. Bring your left foot forward onto the flat of the foot. Sink your hips down. Raise your arms up. Bring the palms together. Lower them down to the heart. I'm going to lower your left elbow down. Raise your right shoulder up. And come back to the centre. Lower your right elbow down. Raise your left shoulder up. And back to the center again. Raise your arms up. Keep the right hand reaching up. Bring your left hand down onto your knee. And then stretch back with your right hand. Lower your arm forward so your fingers are pointing straight out in front. And then bring your arm round to the side. Looking back over your right shoulder. And bring your right arm forward. Raise both arms up. And reach back. Lower your arms forward. Bring your hands down to the mat. Shift your weight back. Straightening the left leg, coming up onto the heel. Let your chest sink down. And bring your weight forward again. Take the weight onto your hands so you can draw your left foot back. Walk back up towards your knees. And take the right foot forward onto the flat of the foot. And bring your hips forward and down. Raise your arms up. And bring the palms together. And lower your hands down to the heart. Lower your right elbow down. Raise your left shoulder up. And come back to the center. Lower your left elbow down. Raise your right shoulder up. And come back to the center. Raise both arms up. And then keeping your left hand high, bring your right hand down onto your knee. Stretch back with your left. And lower your left arm forward so your fingers are pointing out in front. Start to turn round to the side, looking back over your left shoulder. And bring your left arm forward. Raise both arms up. And stretch back. And then lower your arms forward. Shift your weight back towards your left. Straightening your right leg, coming up onto the heel. And then bring your weight forward again. Take your weight onto your hands so that you can draw your right foot back in. Sit down onto your heels and stretch out in front. And bring your chest forward, curl your toes under. Straighten your legs and push up to downward facing dog. Allow your left knee to bend, push your right heel down. Then straighten your left leg, bend your right knee, push your left heel down. And straighten your right leg, push both heels down. And then walk your feet up to the front of the mat. So we're coming to forward fold. You take an inhale, raise your arms up. Interlace your fingers, make a side bend over to the left. Back to the centre and over to the right. And back to the centre again. Release the grip on the fingers, take an inhale. And as you exhale, fold forward. Take a step back on your right foot onto the ball of the foot. Push down with your left foot to bring your body up. And raise your hands up to high lunge. Just bending as much as you can or as little as you can here. We'll take an inhale. And as you exhale, lower your arms out to the sides, bending your knees. Bring your hands down towards the mat and raise up again. Lower your arms down to the sides, palms facing down. Then turn your chest round to the long side of the mat. Put your heel down. You're looking out over your left hand in Warrior Two. Take an inhale, straighten your left leg, raise your arms up. And as you exhale, lower the arms back down. Sink your hips again. Turn your left hand palm up. Start to raise your left hand, and then as you do, bring your right arm forward. So you're pushing forward with your right hand, reaching back with your left. And keeping your right hand where it is, bring your left arm forward, bend at the elbow. Bring it down onto your thigh and take your right hand in a big circle all the way over. Coming to side angle. Let your right hand come down, take your hand off, left hand off the knee, bring it down to the mat, just resting your chest on your thigh. Start to straighten the left leg just as much as it's comfortable for you to do. Then come into pyramid. Then allow your left knee to bend again. Right foot onto the ball of the foot and step up to forward fold. And take an inhale, raise your arms up. Interlace your fingers. Make a side bend to the right. Back to the centre and over to the left. And back to the centre again. Release the grip on the fingers, take an inhale. And as you exhale, fold forward. Take a step back on the left foot, onto the ball of the foot. Push down with the right foot to bring you up. Raise your hands up to high lunge. Again, we'll take an inhale here. And as you exhale, lower your arms down, bend the knees. Brush the ground if you can. And then raise back up again. Lower your arms down to shoulder height. Turn the palms down. And then as you come on to your left heel, turn your body round to the long side of the mat. Looking out over your right hand in Warrior Two. Take an inhale, straighten your legs, reach up. And exhale, lower back down. Turn your right hand palm up. Start to raise the right, sweep your left hand forward. Push forward with the left hand, reach back with the right. Reverse warrior. And bring your right arm forward, bend at the elbow, bring it down onto your thigh. A big circle with your left arm up. And over to side angle. And let your left arm come down. Let your right hand come down to join it. Rest your chest on your thigh. And slowly, gently start to straighten your right leg as much as you can. Allow your right knee to bend. Come on to the ball of the left foot. And step up to forward fold. And take an inhale, raise your arms up. Bring your palms together and stretch back. And then reach up to the sky, take an inhale. And as you exhale, fold forward. Step back on your left foot and then on your right. Pushing up to downward facing dog. And bring your chest forward to plank. And lower down to the mat. Feet onto the insteps. And push up to cobra. And curl your toes under. Raise your hips. Back to downward facing dog. And take an inhale here. And as you exhale, lower your knees down. Sit back onto your heels, stretch out in front. And bring your chest forward. Draw your hands in underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And as you breathe in, let your belly sink down, lift your chin up. Come into cow. As you breathe out, arch your back, bring your chin in. Come into cat. And breathe into cow. And breathe out to cat. And breathe in. And breathe out. And sit back onto your heels. Stretch out in front. Keeping your hands stretched out in front, we're going to move the hips forward, but as you come forward, start to arch your back. Keeping your chin in. As your chest comes over your hands, let your hips sink down and lift your chin up. And then as you start to lift your hips up, bring your chin in, start to arch your back and sit back onto your heels. This time as you bring your chest forward, take your hips out to the left side. Forward over your hands. Then out to the right side and back. Out to the right side and come forward. Out on the left side and come back. And then bring your chest forward, walk your hands in. And come to seated with both feet out in front. Bring your feet in, soles of the feet together. Take hold of your toes. Lift your chin and your chest up. Straighten your spine and then push your knees down. Keeping your right foot where it is. Take your left foot out. Bring your hands to the sides of your hips, still with your chest and your chin up. We'll take an inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, lower down. Bring your left foot in. Take hold of your toes again. Push down. Lift your chest up. And this time keeping your left leg in, take your right foot out. Still a nice straight spine. Hands alongside your hips. And take an inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, lower down. Relax your neck and your shoulders. And bring both of your feet in. Take your left hand over onto your right knee. Right hand to the ground behind your back. And twist to look back over your right shoulder. Relax, come forward. Right hand onto your left knee, left hand to the ground behind your back. Twist to look back over your left shoulder. And relax, come forward. Take your right hand down to the mat at the side of your thigh, left hand palm up. And inhale, raise your arm up. And exhale, reach over. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower down. Left hand down to the mat, right hand palm up. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower down. Bring both hands over to the right side. Walk your fingers out. Bringing your chest down towards your thigh. Walk your hands back in. Both hands over to the left side. And walk out. Walk back in. Hands in front of your shins. And walk forward. And walk back in. Take an inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, lower down to the sides. Relax your neck and your shoulders. Take both of your feet out in front. And bring your backs down onto the mat. Arms alongside your body, palms facing down. Bring your heels up towards your buttocks. Keeping your ankles about hip width apart. And push down with your feet to lift your hips up towards the sky. Come into bridge. And then lower your hips down. Bring your feet up off the ground, bend your knees. And hug your knees up towards your chest. Extend your feet up towards the sky. Point the toes, straighten the legs as much as you can. Gently pull back on both legs. And ease the tension off. Relax the ankles. Allow the knees to bend. Bringing the soles of the feet down to the ground. Extend your arms out to the sides. And cross the right leg over the top of the left leg. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, lower your knees over towards the right side. Inhale back to the center. And exhale over to the left side. And inhale back to the center. Take the right foot down to the mat. Cross the left leg over the top of the right. And take an inhale here. And as you exhale, lower your knees over to the left. Inhale back to the center. And exhale over to the right. Inhale back to the center. Take the left foot, place it at the side of the right. Relax your knees out to the sides. Bringing the soles of the feet together. And then extend your feet down to the bottom of the mat. Take your ankles apart. Relax the toes out to the sides. Bring your arms to a position that's comfortable for you. And take your awareness up to the crown of your head. And scan down through your head and face. Relaxing the muscles in the face and in the jaw. Relax your neck and shoulders. Relax the muscles in the upper arms. Relax the elbow joints. Muscles in the forearms. Relax the wrists and hands. Relax the thumbs and fingers. Bring your awareness into your upper body now. Relax the chest and rib cage. Relax the muscles across the top of the back. The muscles running down the sides of the spine. Relax the muscles in the bottom of the back. The muscles around the sides of the body. And relax the stomach muscles. Relax the hips, the pelvis, Relax the muscles in the buttocks. Relax the hamstrings and the muscles in the thighs. Relax the knees and the calves, muscles at the sides of the shins. Relax the ankles, the feet, the toes. Bring your awareness now to your physical senses. Start to notice the sounds you can hear. Be aware of the sounds that are close, the sounds that seem far away. Be aware of sounds that just last a second. Sounds that last that bit more. But whenever you become aware of a sound, just notice it. Don't try and think about what it is or where it is. Just notice that sound. Let it appear and then disappear. Be aware of the physical sensations in your body, the feeling of the wind moving over your body. The feeling of contact between your body and the ground. The unevenness of the ground underneath your mat. The different sensations where different parts of your body are touching different types of contact with the ground. Even with your eyes closed, be aware of the things that your eyes are seeing them. You might have patterns or colours. And then start to notice the feeling of the breath as it comes in and out. The movements in your chest and belly. The feeling of the cool air coming in through your nostrils. Now let's gently start to bring some movement back into the body. So move your hands and feet. Move your knees and hips. Move your chest and back. Move your arms and shoulders. Move your head and neck. And then when you're ready, if you turn on to your right side, and in your own time, bring yourself back up to seated. Just stop in here for a moment. Enjoy the relaxation in your body. Savor the stillness in your mind. And take a deep breath in and out. And if you've had your eyes closed, gently open them now. Namaste. Thank you very much, everyone.